everyone. So today we are going to be doing a good old-fashioned book haul, and this is going to be another set of books that I am currently collecting. Now at this moment that I'm filming this, I am still working through the Nancy Drew main mystery series. So I have made a rule for myself that I am not allowed to actively seek out any of the books that I am still building my collections on. So for this video, I'm going to be talking all about my Hardy Boys collection as well as my Nancy Drew / Hardy Boy crossover books too. So like I said, I am kind of putting a limit on myself because sometimes I need to rein it in, and until I finish my complete Nancy Drew main series, once I complete reading all those books, I will allow myself to start collecting again. But I just can't go crazy and collect like 5 different series that has 100+ books in it, so I have to draw a line somewhere. But I am not going to let myself miss up a good opportunity of finding a book that I'm going to purchase later for probably, you know, double the price. So my rule is I am only allowed to collect these books if I happen to find them in my local thrift store. I'm not allowed to search online or go on eBay or go onto thriftbooks.com to purchase these books until I have finished those other book series. So this one is going to be a little bit of a shorter book haul because I don't have nearly as many of these as I do of the main Nancy Drew series, which I have the complete collection of now, and the Nancy Drew files that I am also currently collecting but not actively collecting. So there are a lot of spin-off Nancy Drew series, and of course Nancy Drew was a kind of a companion series to the original Hardy Boys, and I have not read a single Hardy Boys book ever, so far down the road I am excited to kind of read some of those and just kind of get the feel for them, because it's going to be a completely new experience for me. And of course Nancy Drew was kind of, you know, developed from the creator of the Hardy Boys, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of crossover with stylistic writing choices and how mysteries unfold and things like that. But until I start reading them, I really just am a blank slate for what it's gonna be like. So although this is a smaller video, I still have some really good books to share with you guys, so let's get started and I will let you know what I have currently. So first off, I do have 3 of the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys Super Mystery books. I don't remember off the top of my head how many of these there are. Just really totally like pulling a number out of nowhere, I would probably say maybe like 25. But as of right now, I only have 3 of these, and I don't see the numbers on these on the cover, so I can't give you a number reference, but I do have the titles of them. So the first one I have, this one is the one called The Last Resort, and I'm definitely getting some ski resort vibes from the cover of this book. And I feel like this is just going to be a really fun, interesting series to read because I will have that familiarity with Nancy Drew, and I feel like reading this before I go into Hardy Boys might kind of give me a little bit more of some background that I can work off of and then move into the Hardy Boys series. Next up, I have the book Courting Disaster. This one looks like it might be a tennis themed book. And the last one that I currently have of the Super Mysteries, this one is called New Year's Evil. Now this one looks really interesting. It looks like they're at some kind of winter castle, so I'm hoping it's like an internationally set story. They are in Quebec, so I guess that counts, but it'll be really interesting. I can't wait to get into these, especially since these seem to be a little bit thicker than like the typical Nancy Drew books. The Nancy Drew books typically range from about, I would say, 175 to like 185 pages. This one looks like it's 214 pages. This one's 215, and this one is 219. So it definitely seems like they're going to be just a little bit longer than the typical Nancy Drew books, so I'm always here for that. All right, and then moving on to my current Hardy Boys book collection. So again, I don't have very many of these, but in the future I will start tracking these down as well. So I of course have the very first one. This one is called The Tower Treasure, and I think that this is just going to be so much fun when I finally get to these, just breaking into that whole kind of universe. Next up, I have book number 2. This one is called The House on the Cliff. Next up, I have book number 3. This one is called The Secret of the Old Mill. Number 4, The Missing Chums. Number 5 is Hunting for Hidden Gold. And then the last one I have is number 7. This one is called The Secret of the Caves. So as far as the main Hardy Boys books, that's all I've got at the moment, but I do have this other one that I happened to find at my thrift store, and I'm not quite sure how this fits into the series, if this is like a little standalone kind of book or what, but this is called The Hardy Boys Detective Handbook. It also says down here, in consultation with Special Agent William F. Flynn, Federal Bureau of Investigation, retired. So I don't know if this is going to be like a story book or if this is going to be like more of like a reference kind of educational, like here's the history of the Hardy Boys kind of books. I don't know, but I decided to pick it up anyway, so definitely can't wait to read that one. Okay, so that is it for this book haul portion. Like I said, I definitely in the future will be actively collecting these once I hit some milestones with my other series. So it's probably going to be a while before I get to any of these, but at the pace I'm reading, I feel like it shouldn't be a crazy amount of time. So this will definitely be a whole new journey for me once I get to this series, and I am looking forward to whenever I can actually start these. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.